Hello and welcome back to another video called Ticket Machine. In this Python project we'll be coding a ticket machine for a funfair. So I've written some comments which for me act like a to-do list so I can keep on track. So I've written height, age and premium add-ons. So firstly, the height is the most important variable because if somebody who is under a restricted height goes on a ride, then something dangerous, a dangerous outcome will likely happen. And the age will in return impact the amount of money you have to pay. Furthermore, the premium add-ons will also impact the amount of money you have to pay. So the main thing in a premium add-on for a funfair ticket is the photo taken. Because of course if you try and take a selfie, it will not be taken quite clearly. So the most important thing is we have to have an input variable to gather all of this data. So firstly, let's name a variable called height, because that seems logical. Let's make it an integer. Let's make it input and write what is your height in centimeters. And then this neat trick I like to use is called \n. So what happens is, what is your height in centimeters appears in one line, and you can type in your answer on the next line. So now let's write age. Age equals int again, but for an integer, and input, and you should type what, how old are you? Question mark, again \n. And finally, we can name a variable called photo and write input, because this time a photo is not an integer, and write would you like a photo? If yes, then type in y capital dash, if no, then type n. Okay, so firstly, for this tutorial, or this project rather, we'll be using nested if statements. You'll see that later, but basically what it is if one condition isn't right, then we'll move on to another condition within that first condition. So for the height, we could say if height is greater than 140, or is greater than or equal to 140, colon, print you are eligible to go on the ride. Else, colon, print I am sorry, you are not tall enough. So what we've done here is we've determined that if your height is greater than or equal to 140 centimeters, you're allowed to go on the ride. If you're not 140 centimeters, you're not allowed to go on the ride. Simple. If age, so now if your height is greater than 140 centimeters, now we have to look at your age. If your age is less than 13, colon, print you must pay I'm British, so I will write in the pound sign, you must pay, let's say £5. But how can we make this true? So here we will need to use a variable called bill. The most common use of bill is going to derive from this count equals count plus x. So this is what the format looks like. So we'll have a variable called bill, which will show the total outcome, and right now the bill is equal to 0. right? And when I say print you must pay £5, then your bill will equal or plus equal to, because I have a variable called bill, I don't have to say bill equals bill plus 1 or bill equals bill plus 5. I can just say bill plus equals 5, which means that from the original statement it will add 5. So from 0 add 5 equals 5. Okay, now we'll say elif age is bigger than or equal to 13, or actually elif is if age is bigger than or equal to 13, or it is smaller than 18, colon, print you must pay. Ooh, what did I just do? Control C. Okay, I clearly rubbed that part out. Print you must pay 7, or let's make it 8. You must pay £8. And again, just like before, bill plus equals 8. Okay, now we'll write else. So if you're over 18, if you're 18 or over, colon, print. Why haven't I written my format like this? It is because if the computer determines that you're not younger than 13 or you're not younger than 18, then it would automatically determine you in the else category. So anyways, else print you must pay £10. And now let's go into the premium add-ons. So why haven't I indented my premium add-on within my age like I indented my age within my height? This is because the premium add-ons have nothing to do with my age. So in the first statement, the height correlated to your age. If you weren't tall enough, regardless of your age, you couldn't go on the Funfair ride. However, in this one, if you want a photo, it's got nothing to do with your age. If you're 4 years old, you can have a photo. If your height is tall enough. If you're 20-year-old, you can have a photo. Again, if you're tall enough. So if photo equals, this equals sign means is true to or is equal to. In Python, the equal sign is not recognized as we would in mathematics, or means is equal to. In Python, we would need to use two equal signs, so is equal to, or is true to. If photo is true to, why? Because y means yes, colon, print. Oh, and by the way, you should use something called ctrl+s, or if you're on a Mac, command S, which just saves all of your work. If your work gets deleted and you're on a really long piece of code, it will be so frustrating and annoying. Unless, of course, you're doing it in HTML, where in that case there's a trick. If photo equals y, print a photo is worth an additional £5. Now we can just alter the bill plus equals 5. So in the else statement, we don't need anything in the else. If they don't want a photo, nothing's going to happen. So you could just write, else. You could just write else and leave it like that. But what I like to do is else colon pass. So pass is basically just a fancy way of saying I'll pass. I don't want anything there, rather than just leaving it there and making it look a bit unprofessional. Anyways, print your total. Oh, sorry, I forgot the F string. The F string, what it does is it converts everything into, regardless of string, integer, float. So regardless of what data type it covers. You can put everything in the same two quotation marks, and all you have to do is use curly braces. So what this helps you is, instead of using plus signs and commas all over the place, you can just use curly braces and have different data types within the same within the same quotation marks, should I say. So your price for the ticket. Oh, actually, I shouldn't write it here. I should actually write this here, because if the else statement is in the way, because if you're not tall enough, then you won't have a price for the ticket. Your ticket, actually no, because why shouldn't I write it there is because, oops, okay, just get this out. Okay, so else colon pass. Okay, so why wouldn't I have written it here? Because if you weren't tall enough, then it would have said your ticket price is, and then it would have said, I'm sorry, you're not tall enough. So I'd rather it said, I'm sorry, you're not tall enough, than saying your ticket price is. Thus, I am going to indent it in here. So print your ticket price is, in curly braces I'm going to write bill, end of curly braces, and I forgot the S string, and just the command and save. Oops, what did I just do? Save. I have no idea what I just did. I'll fix that later. Anyways, tools, Sublime Repel, Python, one file. What is your height in centimeters? I am 1.5. I am actually 170 now. How old are you? 15. Would you like a photo? Type Y. Sure, I'd like a photo. Oops. You are eligible to go on the ride. You must pay £10. A photo is worth an additional £5. Your ticket price is £5. So looks like we didn't use a bill statement somewhere. See, in the else statement, I deliberately left out the bill statement because sometimes in Python, when a code doesn't work, you should know where to adapt it. Clearly, because it said your bill is £5, that means I used it for the photo, but I did not use it for this else statement. So bill equals 5. Furthermore, this is wrong. As I said, if your age is bigger than 18, not less than, so I have to change that to less than. Now obviously Command S or CTRL and S. So in Python you should know how and when to fix your mistakes. So this makes more sense. Sublime REPL, Python, run current file. What is your height in centimeters? 170. How old are you? 15. Of course. £8, £5, £13. There you have it, friends. I hope you enjoyed this project. This is how you can put your Python skills to use. Stay tuned for more videos. Thank you.